So Superman is coming back to the DCEU, and he's gonna be played by David There are a ton of different opinions about this out there, but personally, I think that this is a really good casting choice. I mean, Henry Cavill's a fantastic actor, and he did an amazing job playing Superman. And I think it's great that he was able to play the role for 10 years straight. But I do also think it was time for a new take on the character, because there were so many different versions of Superman that we had already seen in the DCEU. Like, we had a younger version of him in Man of Steel. We had an older version of him in Batman v Superman. We saw him with the mustache. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. And then we saw him again as like a zombie. So I think it was time to just have a fresh take with a different actor, but still make sure that it was a really good casting choice. So here are my top 5 reasons why I think that David Corenswet was the perfect choice to play Superman. Number 1, his performance as Superman in the trailer. Now, the only footage that we actually have of Corenswet as Superman is just from the trailer, but in that very short amount of time, I think he did an amazing job of showing us how different he is going to be as Superman. He didn't try to copy Henry Cavill at all. Like, instead of doing like a super serious Superman, he made him more like, which is kind of what we got from the comics when Tom King was writing the Superman comics. Like, in one scene, we see Clark telling Jimmy Olsen that Lois does unwant him to tell her how he really feels. And he says, "I'm trying to be subtle. It's hard." And then later on in the trailer, we see him holding up Lois's necklace while she's looking away, and he sings to her. And yeah, no, that scene does make me question if the movie's gone not be like a musical or something. But regardless, he's clearly having fun with the role. And even in that one quick scene, we can see that he has really good comedic timing. But then, when things get more serious, he can also deliver a very powerful line, like when he tells Zip, "You took everything from me," and his eyes are filled with tears. No. 2. His experience in superhero movies. I do want to think that anyone should automatically be disqualified from playing a superhero just because they have experience playing a superhero before. I mean, people watch superhero movies, so obviously people enjoy them, and I think part of the reason for that is because sometimes it is nice to just watch a movie where you know exactly what you're re-getting. With The Flash, we got to see 2 different versions of Barry Allen and 2 different versions of Supergirl. And I think that this movie could be a nice opportunity for David Corenswet to show us a 3rd different type of Superman. For example, I would love to see him play a Superman who is unafraid to use lethal force when needed, unlike the Reeves version of Superman. Or maybe he could play a Superman who came from a universe where Krypton wasn't destroyed. I mean, there are a lot of options here. And I think that it would be really cool to see the DCU embrace a multiverse story a bit more. Number 3, his ability to play both Clark Kent and Superman. One of the biggest issues that some fans had with the casting was that David Corenswet was too old to play Clark Kent. Like, come on, guys. How old do you guys think that Clark Kent is supposed to be? In Man of Steel, we met Clark when he was around 24. By the end of the movie, he was around 33. But even during the flashback scenes, Clark was already 19. So I'm pretty sure that it would be too hard for David Corenswet to play a 19-year-old version of Clark Kent. I mean, look at Tom Holland. He's 27 years old and he's currently playing a high school student. Also, Tom Welling, who played Smallville's Clark Kent, was 29 when the show started and 38 when the show ended. And no one complained back then. And let's not forget that in the comics, Smallville actually takes place when Clark is between the ages of 14 and 20. So again, I think that it would be fine. And yeah, I know that David Corenswet is currently 30. But I think he looks young enough to play a younger version of Clark Kent. No. For his height. Now, you might be asking, why does height matter? And I would say it matters because Superman is known for being 6'3". What? According to DC's official website, Superman is actually 6'2". But I digress. When news broke out about David Corenswet being cast as Superman, a lot of people pointed out that he is only 5'10". But I think that people need to stop stressing over this so much. I mean, first of all, when Michael Shanlin was cast as General Zod, a lot of people complained about his height as well. Like he is only 5'9", while Superman is 6'3". But Shannon's height didn't stop him from kicking Superman's butt in the previous DCEU movie. And second of all, yes, Superman is 6'3", but Clark Kent is 5'10".
So I assume that's why they cast someone who is closer to that height?
No, 5, his overall passion for the project. The last reason why I think David Corenswet was the perfect choice to play Superman is because of how excited he seems to be to play the role. He has been very vocal about being a huge fan of Superman and said that it was a lifelong dream of his to play Superman one day. Like, come on, how can you not love a guy who is so passionate about the project that he is working on? During an interview with Variety, he said, "As a kid, Superman was the first comic book superhero that I ever loved. And more than any other superhero, I always felt his humanity and vulnerability. What's exciting about playing Superman is that he never stops trying to be better, to be kinder, to find hope in the darkness. He's a beacon of goodness and truth, and I want to embody that." And honestly, that sounds like the perfect quote to put on a Superman movie poster. But he also talked about how he thinks that Superman represents hope, he said. "I think that's the most valuable thing that Superman has to offer, to believe that we can always be better and that we can keep trying to be better. Even when times are tough and things seem dire and dark. I think that hope is a superpower, and I think that believing in that is a superpower, and I couldn't agree with him more. That's probably why I love Superman so much myself. But what do you think? Are you excited to see David Corenswet as Superman? Which version of Superman do you think that he's going to play? Let me know your thoughts down below.
Follow Unlimited League Zone. Like, share, and subscribe for more superhero battles.